Well, as we talked Saturday, I mean, this is a chance to extend the season, much like Italy was a chance to really kind of get things going before the season. Here's a chance now to play in the postseason and to play for a championship. Certainly, it's got to be nice to still be practicing and still be prepping. And get a chance to get more experience with this team.
And that's the key, is to continue to grow and continue to get better and get some tournament experience. We get to go on the road and play another Power 5 team. And so, we started the season playing Vanderbilt here at home, Missouri on the road, and so now we get to test ourselves against a really good Big 12 team on the road and see where how we've improved and see how much better we can do.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned starting the year with the two Power 5 teams. In a way, this is kind of a perfect measuring to see where you were then and where you are now.
Yeah, I think the difference is, obviously Kansas is much larger, a lot longer than both Missouri and Vanderbilt were for us. And so they're a great rebounding team. They play in a really tough conference. I know that they've been tested throughout the year, and so we'll have to get our game plan and make sure we're on point. We'll have to shoot the ball a little bit better than we did in our conference championship game, but I like the challenge.
Well, you mentioned their size. I mean, obviously that's been a thing all year long. That's a unique pair. They, I think, 6'6", 6'4", 6'4". They have a really big.
They're really, yes. Yeah, and that's obviously a challenge for us to rebound all year. And so we'll have to make sure we're spreading the floor out and making some perimeter shots. I mean, that's what it'll come down to. And then we'll have to do a better job of defending inside the post and bringing a little bit of help in there. And so that part, it's a good challenge. It's maybe it's a big challenge, but I like the fact that, one, we've earned the right to play that game. These girls have worked hard and done a lot of growth throughout the season, and they get a chance to go on the road and play a Power 5 team on their home court. And so it's not just extending the season, but it's also preparing for next season. So it helps us to get ready for another run next season.
After a rough start at the beginning of the season, do you feel like you had a chance to get where you are now? And is this kind of the vision you had throughout the season? And like you said, how good does it feel to be able to extend the season after such a rough?
Yes, early in the season, obviously Maya wasn't back yet. Miru was gone and playing professional ball, and so I knew that it was going to be rocky. Obviously, there were some games in there that we wanted to win that we didn't, but this team has continued to improve, work hard, and kind of find their way. And so we always felt like we could compete at the top of the conference, and we had a couple opportunities to step into first place or to win a championship, and we just didn't. We came up a little bit short in both of those, and so I think that we've earned the right to play in this. And yes, I'm glad. Our vision, our goal was always to win the conference and play in the NCAA tournament. That was our vision. That was our goal. We didn't quite reach that goal. So now, this is still a great opportunity. It's a good opportunity to continue to practice, a good opportunity to test ourselves. There aren't a lot of teams that get to continue to play, and we get to continue to practice and continue to play.
Another challenge for this game is it's on the road as well. Does
Right.
that kind of tie into the game plan as well?
Yes, I mean, that makes it even more challenging. I mean, obviously we'd love to play in Diddle Arena, but right now this is, we didn't play particularly well when we played in Missouri, at Missouri, and so this is another way for us to check and test ourselves and see where we are and kind of, again, to get ready to see, all right, how much have we improved? How much better can we do than we did at the beginning of the season? And who knows, maybe we'll shoot the ball really well.
And 4 teams from this conference may wind up making this tournament in this field. I think that kind of speaks to what you said all year about how good, how balanced this conference was, and how tough of a test it was every night.
Right, and just to emphasize that point, how tightly matched this conference was throughout the season. Those 4 teams, we didn't play those teams in the conference tournament. UAB was a very good opponent, and then you had UTSA in the semis. And so this conference was as tightly matched this season as it's been in a long time. We've had some really tight matches, but it's tend to be a little bit more separated in the past. And this year, it really felt like, with the exception of Middle Tennessee kind of separating themselves, everybody else was really closely matched night in, night out. And it wasn't really a surprise if UAB beat anybody in that conference, or UTSA. It wasn't a surprise to me that they were able to beat anybody else, that this conference was competitive. So I'm happy for Rice and UTEP and Louisiana Tech. Did I miss anybody? That's it, those three, and then us. Yeah. So I think they're deserving of it as well. They had great seasons, they're great teams, and they also have great challenges. Most of them, I think, are on the road as well.
As much as, maybe shooting the ball, as you talked about, defense seems to be kind of the sauce for you guys when you guys are playing
Right.
really well defensively. How excited are you to kind of that challenge to see where you guys are defensively? Because, other than maybe that one quarter against Middle, you guys were probably playing as good defensively as
Yes,
you
yes. And the second quarter, it was compounded, both offensively and defensively. We shot the ball horrendously, and then that compounded our defensive problems, both from a just execution standpoint, but also from an emotional standpoint and energy. Like if that ball's not going on the other end, it's hard to keep getting that energy back up. And plus, just like good defense leads to good offense leads to good defense. And so if a few of those shots go in, we're not in transition defense as much. And so, it's not football. It's not defense goes on the field and offense goes on the field. And so, it's a lot more seamless than that. And yes, we've got to play good defense. And we're going to have to really be on our game defensively and on the boards. We're going to have to really do a great job of boxing out and trying to make sure that we can get some balls and get in transition.
And as you said when we were talking after the game, last year you look at what Middle did, get to the semifinals of this, and now this year they're in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Certainly with a roster with no seniors, in a way, you got to feel like this is kind of a way to kind of get an early start on preparing for next year.
Exactly, and that's what we'll talk about later today when we get ready for practice. We'll talk about how this isn't only an opportunity to continue the season and continue to test yourself this year. It's also an opportunity to prepare yourself for the future. And so we get a bonus game, and we'll see how well we can do on the road. And like I said, if we shoot the ball well, maybe we're in the ball game.